All right.
Okay, there we are. All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. Sorry we're late again. That's probably going to be a trend. Just sorry, get used to it. We are resuming our game from last week. If you're new here, we do play every week, Monday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So thanks for joining us. If everybody wants to go and introduce themselves as per the order you guys are on the stream, that would be like super dope.
The stream.
Okay, well, I guess I'll start. Hey, everybody, I'm the Bo Canadian. You can find me at the Bo Canadian. I'm playing Hewitt Everin. Everin, apparently, by stream standards.
Yeah, whatever.
He,
It's only been that way 3 streams. You could have corrected me at some point.
whatever. He's too Canadian.
Yeah.
So
It's too
it's all right.
nice.
He is as of now, apparently an ex-guard of the city of White Rock. And he is traveling with this surly group of adventurers looking for some
Fixed.
vengeance, I imagine, at this point.
Some dungeons.
Some dungeons.
Some Durgeons.
All right, Tristan, go ahead.
Hey, my name is Tristan, also known as Zeitmats, crammed here between these two Canadians on either side. American. Anywho, I'm playing Gerard Winsong, and he is a human rogue entertainer, kind of Robin Hoodie type guy. And yeah, I'm trying to hook up with Angel here to go screw over some guys. That's about it.
Hey, my name's Hunter, and I am tired. Finveer, Duskveil, and I am the Elf Ranger, and Wood Elf Ranger, to be more specific. And I just got these guys in a lot of trouble, so let's see what happens there.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mason. I'm going to be the Dungeon Master for this evening. You can find me at Wizard Rex TV, because you're on the channel. That's pretty much all. I'm going to go ahead and let Angel go ahead and take it. So, Tornagar, you go ahead.
I am Angel, and tonight I'll be playing Tornagar Darkforge. He's a Dwarven Warlock and an Enforcer on a mission. I came to see a contact and got embroiled and entangled in some madness. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it.
Life.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, how did we
So-
get in all this?
You're about to. I guess you guys will talk that out in a second. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get settled in. Let me go ahead and start the music. This music will probably be really loud for a second. Let me get it sorted out. We're still being like totally new people here.
Newbies.
Mainly me, and it's gonna sound crappy for you guys over the chat, but I think it'll sound good for the stream. So, last we left our heroes, they had run into each other in a bar, or gotten in a random bar fight with a particular noble of the Drain household, whom Tornagar is here to burglarize, essentially. After some happenstance, talking with the police, the White Cloak Militia, our heroes then were ambushed by a set of Wood Elfin warriors on the street, seemingly looking for our young Finveer Duskveil for reasons currently unknown. This battle seemed to be going in our heroes' favor for some time, but the tide seemed to be turning towards the end, so they, in order to make a quick escape, they dove into a nearby house and barricaded themselves in, barely getting out into the tunnel underground just in time before the doors were splintered open. You guys find yourselves in a very dark, long, and fairly narrow tunnel. You guys really can't stand even two side by side at this point. It's maybe, like 4 feet wide, maybe. It's fairly dry. You don't really hear anything. It's very quiet. The only thing you can hear is the sound coming from behind you, from the tunnel, from where you just left. You can hear scraping and knocking around, coming from the direction you were just fleeing. At this point, you're maybe, 60 feet down the tunnel. And that is where our heroes begin. So, guys, take it away.
Where should we put our characters?
Don't worry about them right now. Don't worry about that.
Not a problem.
All right. Am I still sort of behind them, one of the last to come down that...
Yeah, you were the last one down.
All right. Am I fairly secure about how we left that opening that they were coming through? So it was barricaded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
roll
Phil,
roll a perception check. Let's see what you hear.
Well, all right. right. And
Nice. 17.
yeah,
17 total.
17? Mine's 15 total, I think.
Oh, 15.
Talking for me?
Oh, yes, 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Now 15. So, yeah, based on what you hear, you can hear them tearing apart the room. Just it's really muffled on the distance that you are now, but it's kind of echoing down the hallway. You hear people yelling and cursing, and it sounds like a lot more people than you left alive have entered this particular room here.
Does it still
And
sound
it's-
like elves?
It's difficult to tell from this distance.
Does it sound like elves? There's a bunch of THs and everything they say. It sounds very
Right.
definitely elves.
Yeah,
They have
it's
a very distinct
Yeah, a lot of, like-
accent.
Thuine and shit like that. They must be elves.
Yeah, it's very difficult to tell from where you are now. But what you can hear, basically based on what you can glean from what you hear, you don't think it'll be long before they figure out that you guys went down this tunnel.
As we're walking, I'm kind of like, so, what are the odds of seeing more wood elves in this town?
I'm just gonna glare at Finveer a little bit, just give him a bit of a disapproving look.
I say, what? It's, coincidence, I'm sure.
Sure, coincidence. We'll say that.
That's like the second ambush tonight. These coincidences are stacking up.
We should get a move on. We'll have time to talk when we get away from this, but they'll find the hole soon enough.
Agreed. And then maybe we can forget about what just happened. I mean, it's nothing important. I'm sure it's just some angry villagers. Yeah, you know how they get in this town, right? Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Hmm.
For now, we move. Who's leading the quote-unquote pack?
So I think
My next question.
yeah. So I do believe that Zeitmus, right?
My number one or two.
You were
yeah,
you were number one, but you're also blind in the dark. The torches.
Yes.
The torches
we have
are.
a torch. I gave him a torch.
The
remember?
torches are. Did you hand it to him or did you hand it to?
Handed it-
Yeah. It's not.
Okay.
It's unfortunately not with Master Windsong. It is with our other human friend.
And
I
while we're
will,
at a
I
character,
will
Hunter,
pass to the front and lead.
got it. Hunter,
Okay.
Can you spawn me a character token?
Yes.
Alright.
And I'll
what
assume
was
you guys have been kind of walking this whole time, like walking and talking. I would assume. Yeah.
We're speed walking. We're moving.
I mean, I don't know. Just want to double check.
How long have we been down here?
At this point, just
That's-
based. I mean, maybe 2 minutes.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is still pretty fresh.
Yeah, and so you
I'm
guys.
gonna try to make my.
Good.
I'm gonna try to make my way up to Gerard.
Okay.
I'm going to make my way to Gerard.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
As soon as I get up there, I, in strong words, tell him we have to get away from these group of people and on our own.
Can I roll a perception?
Yeah, an angel. If you want to roll an opposing, we'll say stealth check. If you're trying to whisper, it quietly.
I am trying to be quiet.
Okay. Yeah.
That looks like a 20 to me.
Oh yeah, it looks like a 4 for me.
23.
Nice.
I might be
Yeah.
whistling.
Oh man.
Yeah. You don't hear anything. It just looks like he walks up.
I'm real hushed, real quiet.
Real hush.
Yes, I'm with you. Let's
So
go.
yeah, I just walk over to you quietly and say we have to extract ourselves from these people.
Well, let's go. Do you want to go now, or
Do
do
you know
want
where
to
we
wait?
are? Do you know where we're going?
I know these tunnels pretty well, and I can find my way through them, but I can't see much right now. This torch isn't bright enough.
Well, then just tell me which
Do you
way
wanna
we
get
need
out
to go.
now?
I can see.
All right. Well, it doesn't
I
help me
can
much
see.
if I can't.
Yeah, just stay close to me. And tell me which way we're supposed to go.
Well, what do you
Left
see?
to right. Right now, it's pretty much a straight corridor.
All right, let's keep going.
And let me know what I'm looking for.
All right.
All right. Yeah. So, Sorry, I'm just adjusting this. There we go. That's a little better. You guys are really loud in my ears. Yeah.
Alright,
So you guys
on this
go ahead.
on this
Yeah.
side of town, we need to head toward the sewers. That'll take us up to the nearest lake where they get out. So if you see or smell, let's go that direction.
Yeah. So that's a definite possibility. You know that since you're kind of heading towards the eastern part of town as well, you know that there's kind of a more well-traveled path that goes basically out into the streets. Some people use it as a shortcut to go from like one area of town to the other. And apart from that, like it's mainly tunnels that go deeper or into kind of dead ends that you know of.
Would you say these are stone tunnels?
Yes, they are. They're
Possibly, could I use my stone
Say again?
cutting to determine which direction we're heading in.
So you could try, but just based on explain to me how you would do that, because that seems like it would be direction wise it would be kind of difficult. You could tell, for instance, like, oh, this is a sewer tunnel,
Terms of,
like, but otherwise
perhaps I'd be able to know which direction we're going, north, south, east, or west, grades up or down. If he says we need to be finding a sewer system, maybe I can tell by the cut of the stone how high we are, what depth we are. So I know
yeah.
that
You could you could definitely look. You could look and tell things like you could probably tell your depth based on like the angle of the stone that it's cut and the way it was shaped for runoff potentially, like things like that. You can probably tell that. But yeah, as you are right now, just
I'm trying to figure out if we're near or heading towards what could possibly be a sewer. Anything that he's telling me I should be identifying is what I'm looking at for.
Gotcha. I mean, based on the direction that he's pointed so far, it seems pretty accurate. I mean, it definitely could be. Most of like I said, most of the tunnels are stone. Like almost all of it is stone. But there are maybe patches where it's been got like supports and things holding it up where it's maybe looser materials. But for the most part, it's hewn out of stone. But yeah, so as you guys at this point, as you guys are finishing having this conversation, you hear some definite voices echoing coming from down the tunnel where you just came from.
I pick up the pace.
And I say, and
We follow.
It sounds
I
like
say-
heavy footfalls.
Yeah,
As much as I love the scenery, I think we should get out of here.
as quick as possible.
Can I see anything in the dark?
Looking back, not quite yet, because you can maybe see like the light, the faintest of light of a torch coming around the corner.
Right.
Maybe, like, you're not sure if that's a torch. It's some sort of light. You can't tell what it is. But it's very
Well, they're
faint.
not that close yet. Let's pick up the pace.
Yeah, you can hear them. You can hear them hustling for sure, but you can't quite tell how far they are.
Yeah, we should
Cool.
probably also pick up the pace.
Yeah. So
Who's leading this though?
I would assume at this point. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm in front.
Yeah, I feel like both of us would be in front if they were talking behind us, right?
Unless somebody wants to push past me, but yeah, I got the torch and I'm like,
Let's go.
I'm assuming this is your city, so you probably know how to get us out of here.
I'm not going to lie, I'm not familiar with the Undercity. This is not really my area of expertise. But we'll go in the direction it takes us until we find another way, and then we'll pick the direction when we get there. It's called winging it.
Oh, I know this
And-
place though.
Oh, wait, what?
Joking.
Oh,
I say to Angel in hushed Dwarvish, I say, do you want to get off these guys now?
I'd like to roll another perception again.
I know you
Can I?
speak.
Can I? Can I? Oh wait, there's
I shouldn't know that.
Yeah,
Proficient in
I will let you roll
He's
a
studying
roll
college.
roll a perception to check out and see if you can hear Gerard. And Gerard, you can roll stealth if you're trying to be quiet again.
God damn it! I rolled a 4 again. Nice tunnels.
Hey.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you hear nothing, and you guys keep walking. So Gerard, are you leading the way because you know where to go, or are you still letting?
No, we're in the
Hewitt?
back. We're in the back. They're still going.
Okay. Yep. So Hewitt,
So
you're
was that a
leading
yes
the
or
way.
no, Angel?
Hewitt.
Yeah.
You are leading the way.
Yeah. No, I'm going. I'm going until we find like a.
Okay. Yeah, you
until we
come.
find some sort of split.
Yeah, you come to like a Y intersection at this point. You guys have definitely entered. You've gone away from like this little like kind of passage to the tunnels, and you're definitely in the tunnels now. They're much wider, like closer to being like 8 to 10 feet wide, so you can walk 2 abreast. But yeah, these are definitely like the Undercity tunnels at this point. And you come to a Y intersection, and so that's up to you which way you want to go.
When I get to the Y intersection, I'd like to hold up the torch, and I want to see which direction the flame is kind of heading towards.
Okay. Yeah. So
Smart.
yeah, let's see.
I'm not all beard.
That's clever. That's very clever.
Yeah, it seems to be kind of wafting towards the right a little bit, but only slightly.
To the right. So I will say we should go left. Now, this is the moment where we decide if I'm smart or I'm just a lucky idiot.
I just always figure out if he knows where he's going.
Well, I'm trying to head out.
Yes. So
Yeah, that's good.
So, yeah. So I'll head to.
out's good.
I'll say the wind should be coming from the left. Therefore, we should go to the left.
But I don't know if I got Gerard's message. Was it just, should we leave now? Is
You
that
wanna get
is
out
that what
now?
you were saying?
You want to split off?
Which really sounded like ha 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 ha. Like what are they talking
Yeah.
about? Whatever.
He's
There's
proficient in
practice.
Dwarven Spring. So,
I do speak
good.
Dwarvish, but it's a good thing you guys are keeping it hushed.
Yeah, we're hushed down.
They're just practicing their new song, you know.
Yeah.
Also, in my booger pack and all that, there is no compass or anything. I don't know which direction we're heading.
I mean, you know roughly which way you need to go because you've been in this part of the tunnels for sure. You
We're
at least
heading-
have an
we're
idea of
heading
which
east.
way you need to go. You've got, I'll say at this point, you have a 25% chance of getting it right. Like you're probably going to get it right. Once you're
Alright.
not like in super familiar territory, but based on where you entered, you kind of know which way to go.
Okay, cool.
And so Angel, you didn't ever finish your conversation with Tornagar though.
Yeah, do you want to get out?
Yeah.
Nice accent there.
first opportunity, we can get some privacy, regroup, talk about what's happening here. Yes.
Let's go. At this Y intersection, can we? Do you want to switch here? Go left.
Well, they're going left,
I mean, yeah, come on.
and you
can if you want.
and you know that Gerard, you know right is the correct direction to get to
Good.
where
Sounds
you're going.
good. Let's get right.
Can I roll
Thanks.
another perception?
Damn it.
You can. I mean, you and Finvir can. If they're trying
Yeah.
to stealthily split off, the
Yeah.
two of you,
Yeah, I definitely
all
wanna-
4 of you need to roll, and it needs to be two perception and 2 stealth.
Okay, I'm rolling.
If you-
All right, and let's
Perception.
yeah, we're gonna roll.
What'd you get?
Nat
Hey.
20.
Wow.
Stealth.
I got 16, but
I got a 7.
Okay.
Or stealth.
I'm paying attention.
22.
I got 5 over here on stealth, so that's 20.
you got 22.
22. 19 plus 3.
And
Yeah, it's a solid. So you guys do just sneak off down the right side of the passage, and it's a solid like 2 minutes before they realize, oh, those quiet guys behind us are gone.
you guys are clueless.
So, I look at Finvir and I'm like, damn.
We're too trusting.
Readers. Yeah, probably. Well, no, I'm not too trusting. I just can't roll.
Give me a minute.
In character, I say, gone.
Give me a minute. I get down on my knees and I start a ritual for alarm.
Okay.
So if anyone passes by this way, it'll notify me and I'll get like a ringing in my head.
Right.
It takes
Okay.
about a minute, and the duration is for 8 hours.
Can
Okay.
I kind of stop you for a quick second? And I mean, I don't know how long it takes, but I just am gonna say, Finvir lad, I don't know if we have time for that.
Well, if there's a split, we got to make sure that they don't come after us. If they went the other way, then
Right. But if we have, I imagine since our slippery friends are so eager to leave us, they probably have lighter footprints than we do. The elves, who I imagine are quite perceptive, will notice our footprints first, I imagine, and come after us regardless. We should probably make distance.
very well.
If they wish to betray us and leave us for this
Hmm.
death, I imagine they're thinking, then we will meet them again. soon, I imagine. But we should get going.
Okay. He gets up. He's like, let's pick up our pace then.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I will, I will go the movement speed that medium armor allows me to.
Okay. Yeah.
Same.
So you guys are moving at a rather quick pace through here. Then, as you guys are going, you're continuing on down the left tunnel. It's just kind of slowly curving off to the left continuously. At this point, you come up to it's almost like a three-way intersection. Like there's one tunnel that goes perpendicular. I guess it's technically a four-way. You basically come across a tunnel that crosses your own. You can continue going straight. You can go right or left.
I'll hold the torch up again.
Okay. Yeah, at this part, when you hold up the torch, and you're trying to, just to be clear, you're just trying to figure out
Where the wind is coming-
the smoothest
where the
path of the
airflow-
air.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where the airflow is coming from. Yeah.
It's pretty. At this point, in this larger tunnel, it's definitely going pretty hard right.
Pretty hard right. Okay, so
Yep.
then I look at Finveer, making like a face like we should go left. You're an elf, you should know these things, right?
I'm a what else?
So to be clear,
Forests, I got under control.
All right.
Caves, not so much.
Damn dwarves. Then left
To-
we go.
to be clear, right? Probably just so if I'm understanding your thinking, basically the wind could be blowing either way. Like let's say there's two ends to a tunnel, right?
Yep.
It could be blowing this way or this way. You just know that since it's going relatively hard, probably either way leads to an opening some direction.
So either way, left or right, or either way.
Either way, left or right seem to
Okay.
be a decent choice for getting out.
Well, then adventurers always go left. We will go left.
Adventurers always go left. That should be a shirt.
Hey, Critical Role can have shirts. We can have shirts too.
That's true. All right, well let's head back over to Tornagar and Gerard then. So you guys stealthily slip away. It's a couple minutes later, and you haven't noticed them like coming chasing after you at this point.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to. I'd be surprised if they did.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ouch, owie.
All right, so
So now that it's just the two of us,
it's the two of us. All
I
right,
don't know. If
so
it's safe
let's keep going
to
straight.
say,
Can you see anything?
Where's your
around?
house?
You want? Pardon?
Where is your housing?
My housing's on the south side of the city. We're on the north side. However, we're pretty close to the Durain household, and I know of a tavern we can go to if we can get out on the surface. There's an
Alright.
inn near here as well, upstairs the tavern.
Tavern's a good idea. Let's head there
All right,
first.
do you see anything around us? Tell me what you see.
Oh yeah. So you can't see.
Oh, that's
anything.
right,
What can
because
I-
you didn't take either of you took a torch.
Oh, yeah, we have the torch. Was this such a great idea?
I mean, I can see perfectly.
yeah,
what-
you
what do
can,
you
but you don't know where you're going.
Know how far we're supposed to go. I mean, I described where we are and how far we've gone. He should know that already.
Okay.
And, they tell him to stick close. Don't worry about it. I can see.
All right, when you start to see wood pillars in this tunnel supporting the roof, we need to get, and it starts moving upward. There will be a turn off to the right. We're gonna need to go that direction for about 200 paces.
Yeah, and
keep you posted.
basically once that starts to happen, that's when you know you're gonna hit some of the upper, like highly trafficked tunnels, and it's pretty clear where to get out from there. Once you go this direction, and some of these supports show up, like he said, it's basically gonna be, you'll probably start seeing other foot traffic once you exit into that main section.
I hope
These
they
are highly
that.
trafficked tunnels.
Bastards.
On this
No,
part.
so this part you're in is not, but the part you're trying to get to get
Where
out
we're going,
is
okay.
yes.
And how long do you think it takes, like that journey from where we are until we start running into people?
I don't know exactly where we are, but I'd say
So, and that's to be clear. That's if you're wanting to go up, that's where you go. If you still want to go like towards sewers, that's like that's
we're
a
going
different
this
direction.
I have
Okay,
an
just
idea.
making sure. I was gonna say because if you're going up, then that is the way you want to go. And
just so I
it's
have
it's
your-
about a
We have
10-minute
time, though.
it's about a 10-minute
Uh,
walk from where you guys are now.
Oh,
Yeah,
10 minutes
we
is good.
started on the northwest side, northeast side. We headed west. Now we're going up, kind of betwixt the Drain household and where we had that fight, right?
Roughly.
Okay, that's why.
You haven't made it quite that far, but yeah, you're in going that direction.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Citadel's
So-
on our back.
We seem to have some
Yes.
time before we get to where we're going, so I'm very curious about everything that's transpired thus far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask him the serious questions. Clearly, you have a relationship with this Gerain fellow, Pompous Blowhard. And clearly, he doesn't like you. Who are these others? And 2 ambushes in one day is a bit much. There's an old Drovan saying about that, and 3 ambushes don't end well. So, who are they? Who are all these people?
I don't know the other 2, but everybody here has a relationship with Drain of some sort, and you'll find that out. It's good or bad. We don't get along very well.
Didn't seem like he's getting along well with anyone. And the elf and the city guard, you don't know them either?
Never met him.
No.
I've seen the guard a couple times in the tavern. I don't talk to them. It's a militia. What do I want to do with them?
Yeah?
Didn't seem like I could pay them off or anything.
Seems like a good place to practice your combat skills.
We're getting some practice right now.
All right, well then, if they're no one to you, then it's best that we part ways anyway.
Yeah.
They seem to have their own trouble.
Let's get on with what you need to get done. Well,
So, what did this Gerain do to you?
you stabbed me in the back.
Literally or figuratively?
Be the same either way.
All right, that's fair. So this is personal for you. I get that. For me, this is business. So I can't have any of your personal issues getting in the way. You understand that, of course.
What better way to know that you have my trust, or that I have your trust? Whatever.
I know that you're committed.
I don't
Just
speak
want to
common.
make sure that things from this point on go much more smoothly.
You got it. I want to fix this guy. Fix this guy good. Let's do it.
So you want to?
So what is it? You what?
So you want to participate in this?
Let's do it.
Huh,
We talked about this at the tavern.
Well,
Come on, buddy.
sure.
So
There
what
was a
is it?
moment where you were trying to feed for more coin.
I'm a little hard for money.
Yeah. But now that you're so committed, it seems like the coin doesn't matter. This isn't about trust. Not that I don't trust you. I just
To be
wanna
fair,
make sure
they have a lot of valuable
it?
things in their household.
Yeah, we'll loot these fuckers later. What is it you're trying to get out of him?
that I'm not a thief. I'm not here to steal anything.
Trying to get something.
Well, I'm trying to get what is owed. He
is
owes
it?
something, and I'm here to pick up that payment.
Well, if he's not paying it to you,
Well, I'm a
sounds like you're
collector.
thief to me.
I collect on debts. He owes a debt, and I will collect it.
To you?
No, this is business. It's not personal.
What is
As
it?
you know,
What do you do?
Now,
Who'd he piss off?
a business matter.
Give me more.
On a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
I need another reason to like the guy a little less.
Well, let's say he didn't honor his commitments. He made promises, and he reneged on his own deal. That's
All right.
that way to do business. None of that matters. What matters to me is
Let's
he
get out
has-
of here right now. Let's get a drink. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, and as you guys are walking at this point, you're kind of finally, Gerard, you're finally slowly being able to see some things like a good bit of torchlight as you approach this more well lit area of the Undercity here. And as you guys do, you hear lots of voices and walking. At that, let's go ahead and go back to our other boys here, Finveer and Hewitt. How are you guys doing?
Oh, when I get a hold of this fucking dwarf, this fucking fairy bard boy, I'll have words that tell you.
So as we're walking, Finveer kind of is like, okay, I think it's time you use your dynamite.
Dynamite? Boy, I don't have any dynamite.
But I thought all humans have dynamite.
No. Maybe the Corps of Engineers, but I'm just a militiaman.
But humans love explosions. Why wouldn't they carry dynamite with them if they don't like explosions?
You think I can afford to carry around dynamite everywhere I go?
But if you could afford it, you would have dynamite, is what you're saying.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Ah, see?
Well, you've got a
Humans.
wild imagination, boy. Plus, I don't think dynamite's going to do us any good in this cavern.
I could cause a cave-in a few steps back.
Yeah, on us.
Maybe if you were a good human, you know how to use the dynamite properly.
I'm not an engineer. My
Who
lord.
said anything about an engineer?
Listen, the more we bigger, the more noise we make. And the more noise we make, the more the Widows will follow us. Maybe we should just keep quiet for a bit while we continue along.
As we're walking, like a few seconds pass, and then Finvir's like, dynamite makes a lot of noise.
Are you done with your dynamite, boy?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you guys continue on. Things are relatively quiet the way you're going. Nothing super obvious comes up. You don't see anything remarkable. The tunnel just stays the same, roughly hewn, plain tunnel. You don't hear or see anything that you can tell, and there are no other passageways off to either side so far. It's just kind of keeps going.
Just keep going. Now, I'm gonna take a quick second,
Okay.
and I'm gonna like put my hand on Finvir, and I'm gonna try to say God save me on this one. I'm gonna try to roll another perception to listen here if I can hear somebody following us.
If
Okay.
he's gonna put his hands on my shoulder and get me to stop, I'll listen as well.
Okay.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Nope, it's not.
Nope, it's not. I got an 8. I'm getting
Hey,
better.
8 buddies.
Yeah, yeah.
8.
So, you guys listen really hard, and it sounds pretty quiet.
All right,
Yeah.
let's just keep going. We're just gonna keep the pace up, keep the good pace up, to not get.
Killed.
Yeah.
I think the word you're looking for is killed.
I think you're right there. That's the word I am looking for. Is in fact killed.
Yeah, and
So-
at this point, you, as I say, you guys have been probably walking about 10 minutes. You begin to feel like a very the air, you can feel it is a little different. You can kind of feel a slight breeze as you continue on down this way, just slightly.
Okay. I say,
I'm. Oh yeah, go ahead.
oh no, you can go.
Too polite. The
You're
ultimate
two
Canadian.
Canadians. No, you go. No, you go. No, you go. Okay.
I'll say. I think once we get out, you should know now that once we get out of this tunnel, I don't think we should stay in the city any longer.
I agree. We should head to the Durain household.
Excuse me? The
I
Durain
mean-
household.
Yeah, it seems like the place-
Our other enemy.
Oh. Well, he also has information, and
And guards.
information is important.
And guards with swords. Sword guards.
Sword
So-
guards can't do much if they're not breathing.
Yeah. The only issue is we can't do much if we're not breathing. So
That's why we don't die. Plan settled. Let's do this.
I'm gonna die younger than I thought I would. And we'll continue forward. You had something
Okay.
to say?
Not I.
Hunter, you had something to say?
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, wonderful. Great. Glad we could get that figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, Gerard and Tornagar,
Alright,
you
so
guys.
before we-
Yeah, you guys are you're kind of making your way up here. Basically, just around the corner is where it starts to get busy.
Yeah, before we hit this corner, I want to duck in the shadows and swap into my costume. And I say over to Angel, or sorry, I say over to Tornagar. I say, these people know me a little bit. I've been here before, so I need to look good and clean up a little bit. So can I swap into my costume?
All
Yeah,
right.
go ahead.
Do what must be
Clean
done.
up the blood. And while I'm at it, I pull out some lingerie and I throw them at him. I say, here, you can wear this.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, so you're just kind of ducking off. You said just changing real quick, just to look a little less conspicuous.
What is he changing into?
Lingerie, duh.
He is I'm pretty sure he has disguise kit stuff. So yeah, you can't.
I don't have a disguise kit, but I do have a costume. I am.
Oh, that's right.
perfect.
That's right.
Can you tell me more about this costume?
Yeah, describe your costume.
It's a typical entertainer costume. I mean, it's a little
Entertainer.
little flamboyant, but you know.
Okay, yeah, nobody will notice that. That's a
I
good
got a
idea.
little holster for my flute, you know.
Jeez.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Okay. Okay.
You sure
Is
you
it,
don't want lingerie?
Is it embarrassing to be walking with him while he's out here so flamboyant?
That's up to you guys. You.
Well, it's either that or blood. Which one do you want? Because
I mean, I'm more comfortable with the blood, but if this is your disguise, just you wear your disguise.
all right, thank you. All right, so I change into my crap, and we head off down the tunnel up to where we're going.
Okay. Yeah. And you guys, as you kind of start around the corner, there's definitely people walking. It's not super busy, but there's a few people here and there. This is not like any of the deep place where you might do any of your trading or anything. This is more, like I said, this is more of a civilian pass through. Maybe a little easier to blend in at this point if you're trying to. But yeah, so there's people walking here and there, but you don't notice anybody inconspicuous so far.
Okay. Keep an eye out for anyone who looks like they need further scrutiny.
Okay. Very good.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and so you're just kind of trying to exit up, just exit out one of the passageways.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Are you going left or right?
We're going left.
Okay. Yeah.
And these
So you
are-
guys,
Halls are lit.
these ones are lit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he can see. Yeah. So you
we
guys.
head off left, and the passageway is up ahead.
Yeah, you know that this particular outlet, it goes to kind of a small city square area. It's not like the nicest part of town, so it's not great, but it is kind of it's almost like a little marketplace for the this side of town. Let's out near there.
So I say, let's get out of here. Why don't we book a room at the inn and get yourself cleaned up as well? Then we'll head down to the tavern.
Good.
So we
Yeah,
head
I
off.
could definitely use some ale. I mean, I'm looking around. I'm in pretty good shape, right? I didn't have to really exert myself during any of those battles. I did spill some beer, but not on me. I feel like I'm pretty, unless, yeah, I feel pretty inconspicuous.
Can I go to a doctor? Like, is that a thing?
Peter, is he that
You
injured?
could. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I got
there.
more.
Are you looking for a doctor in the tunnels?
No, once we get out, we're at the marketplace. Is that possible?
I mean, I didn't know he was that injured.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Oh yeah, he's like,
I mean,
Oh, did we lose Angel?
did I have to like carry him over here? Is he limping in the dark with me?
He's
No,
he's
I'm right here.
okay. You just got stuck for a second.
yeah.
I got scared. But yeah, no. At this point, you guys are walking on down through here. He can support himself now that he's changed clothes. Maybe tied off a couple spots with some of his other clothes, and he slipped this costume on top of it. It's not super noticeable.
Okay. I mean,
that
I'd say if he was that injured, I would have taken notice and tried to help him or something. I need him
Yeah.
to stay alive, and I don't need people looking at me with this injured guy.
Okay.
It's not that or the costume guy.
No.
So-
Either way, I mean, no. I don't want you
got
to be
you.
injured.
Got you.
Costume's okay. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's
we head off and
first-
we book a room.
Okay.
Separate rooms.
No, so as you guys are nearing this exit, you're getting closer and closer, and you see one person in particular walking alone. Seems like they're kind of heading towards you.
All right.
What do they look like?
Do I know who
They're
it is?
so they've got a hood over their face, pulled down, but they're pretty conspicuously, like they're clearly making sure nobody else is watching them, but they're pretty clearly heading your way.
Okay, can I roll a perception to see who it is?
You can, yes, go ahead. Oops,
yeah,
keep
8.
shit over there. 8? Yeah, you just at a glance, especially with the cloak pulled around their face like it is, you can't quite tell. But they're
I
walking.
stare at them pretty hard.
Okay.
Just prepared for in case they try anything. I
They
wanna
just,
be able to- on the money.
Okay. Yeah, so she quickly, like, you can see that the face, the cloak gets pulled away slightly from the face, and you can see one glowing eye kind of poke out, and she gives you a nod, trying to pull you off to the side to follow her.
She directing this to me or to him?
Both. She gives you both a quick like just a look, and then
Okay. I give him an
Go.
inquisitive.
Oh.
Kind of says, "Do you know her? Do you know her?"
I don't know, but this is sounds like an opportunity to me.
He's piqued my curiosity.
I gotta
Let's
think.
go.
She's female. Let's go.
Oh.
Been a rough music.
Face
Yeah.
is awfully smooth, a little stubble, but either way.
she sees you
Okay.
guys hesitating for a second. She just looks back, and you hear a, "Please follow me quickly." And she just kind of waves you and heads off down like the side passage that you guys just came from.
Yeah.
All
Let's,
right.
let's follow.
I'm curious, a little annoyed, but curious, so I can follow.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So you guys, you follow her off down the tunnel. And could you guys both roll me a perception check real quick?
Certainly.
Okay.
Sweet.
Sweet.
16 all day.
Okay.
All day. All day.
I'm a cook.
That looks like a strong 10.
Okay. So Gerard, you hear from back up the tunnel where you were about to exit, you hear a little bit of, a couple of people asking a few questions, in a gruff voice, like, have you seen that? And then, like, just kind of, it's muffled, but it sounds like they're looking for somebody. And it sounds like, somebody may have pointed them in this direction, but you're not entirely sure. It just kind of sounds. It sounds like maybe people are looking.
I take a firm hand on her shoulder and I put her, kind of turn her around. And I'm like, "Are they looking for you?"
In
I don't
fact,
need any more shit.
roll me a dexterity check real quick.
What is that? Is that like a
It's just Dex.
dex?
So 20 plus your dex bonus.
Plus your 3 bonus.
Okay, so yeah, I got a 12.
Yeah, so as you do that, she quickly like bats your hand away and brings a knife up to your throat and says, "You will not lay your hands on me."
Oh,
I
see.
say careful, lass. Careful, lass. Let us not make this a bloody affair.
I'm getting into trouble.
At least tell me,
She
are they looking for you?
says, "They are looking for you. I was sent to find you." Now, you may not know who I am, but my name is Tila. I work for the Dragon Ward, and we were sent to find you. We've been scouting the tunnels, but... Well... And there were 2 more of you. Where are you?
Uh,
Did they fall?
Dragon Lord, does that mean anything to me?
The
Dragon
Dragon Ward. So you would be
Ward.
familiar. They're in this city. They're a rather large. At this point, they're a rather large adventuring guild. They hand out. They get assigned jobs and things, in order to go either kill monsters or do guard duty or fight off bandits. Things like that is usually what they do now. Hundreds of years ago, they were the ones that defended the city and much of the rest of Ascendia from the dragon uprising that happened. They also were the people who initiated the thinning and the great hunt that ended up fighting back the dragon onslaught after it had been pushed back initially, and so that's why dragons have been relatively scarce as compared to their much more numerous state previously. But at this point, they're a very reputable sort of above, they're the public face. Like if you want something to compare them to, almost like a D&D version of like the Jedi Order, right? Like they're kind of just going around. They're trying to keep peace as best they can. They don't have an allegiance to any particular country. Their whole jam is they want to, like I said, basically keep people safe and kill monsters and things while making money. Is the idea.
Gotta make money.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Money's-
Dragon blood worth a lot. All right.
I informed her we have nothing to do with this dragon award.
We're just out for a walk. There's just
She,
two of us.
There's only two of us.
I don't know
She
two other
must have
people.
some people in mind.
Look around, kind of smartassy.
Now she she says if you don't want to follow me, that is fine. This was my job. I suggest you follow me. They're guarding most of the main entrances. And she looks over at Tornagar here. And she says, "And I know you, Tornagar. I know why you're here, and I know what it is you seek."
Back by that.
She says,
I grab her by the wrist.
"Okay, roll me a dexterity
Oh.
check.
Did I get
Roll me
it?
roll me a dexterity check."
Roll a dexterity check. All
Roll
right.
for initiative.
Is a 18.
Okay. So yeah, you managed to grab her wrist, and she does barely bat it away though. Like she slips out of your wrist or out of your grip, barely.
All right.
And she says, "You lay your hands on me again, and you will lose your eye."
Wait,
Says
say
what?
again?
She said, "If you lay your hands on her again, you will lose an eye."
I use my intimidate and say,
And
"You fight better with one eye than you can without one life. Don't toy with me, lass.
Okay.
Who sent you? And who are you?"
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Holy crap!
Mm.
You're lucky you're healthy.
Oh, horrible roll. That looks like an 11.
Okay. She doesn't seem super intimidated. She said, "I've already told you."
I feel like I didn't use my intimidating voice.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
I'm like, "Don't toy with me, lass."
Right. You're being a gentleman. You didn't want to scare her too bad. Yeah. Yeah. She says, "I've already told you who I am here with." And at this point, you can tell she is a dark elf. So yes, you can tell by looking at her now that she's pulled her hood back. She's like, "I've already told you why I am here. It is very important that you come with me, and we get you out of here."
I say clearly in Dwarvish, we don't have very many options, and I can't do much in my condition. We have to go.
He needs some medical attention. Can you do that? Can you see to that?
He looks fine in his fancy outfit to me. What is wrong?
I'm asking you what he looks like. I'm asking if you can help him.
She says, "Yes, that is part of my mission." She throws a potion over to you, like a regular healing potion.
There's healing potions?
What are you, an idiot? Of course, there's healing potions.
I grab it.
What a supportive DM ever.
Yeah.
Save some for later.
She tosses one to each of you. She's like, "That is all I have, but it will have to do."
Super great if my teammates didn't betray me,
Oh, I know. It's,
right?
yeah.
And
It'll do for now. It's enough.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you
show
wanted
the way,
to,
we'll follow.
if you wanted to go ahead and use that healing potion, Zymus, you can go ahead and
Yes,
pop
please.
that now, while you guys are walking.
how does that work?
You just drink it, right?
Yeah, you drink it, and it's two. You roll 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. I'll move this out of the way.
Buddy. Alright, so. Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
One,
I got you.
the one on the left, and roll. Yeah.
You
3
got-
plus 2, 5.
5. So gain 5 health.
Okay.
Woo, you're no
Plus
longer on
that.
death's door.
Wait. What did you roll? That was really low. Plus 2.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
below. Okay. Below average
And
slightly.
I
That's a
hold
bummer.
out the lingerie and I say, "This is yours if I can have another."
Yeah. She doesn't respond to that, and she's like, she says, "Please follow me."
Alright, let's go.
Yeah. And you guys, as you head off around the corner back from where you just came, It does sound like there's maybe some commotion coming behind you at this point. From the way you were trying to exit. But Finveer and Hewitt, let's cut back to you guys.
Hey,
Ayo.
heyo,
Forgotten ones.
them Canadian boys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of potion.
So we're walking.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we are.
Sorry, we're doing a light jog. I think is more probably appropriate.
Okay.
Hustle, one might even say.
Mm. Okay. Yep. So you guys are moving pretty quick. You continue on down this tunnel. It's been largely the same thing. There hasn't really been any turnoffs or anything. It seems like they're like looking when you guys looked back at the intersection, like those tunnels seem to join this one a little bit. You've maybe passed a few very small tunnels, but nothing you could fit through.
Okay, right.
Yeah, it's just like that's yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna stop you from. You can try whatever you want.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
But yeah, there's a few very small tunnels, but nothing that you could feasibly fit through. Maybe a few that you could maybe crawl through, but definitely nothing that you could walk through. Especially not Hewitt.
I'd rather not
With
crawl.
armor.
Right. Yeah. So you guys continue on down this tunnel, and you end up eventually. You find yourselves kind of looking at a large grate.
Oh, a metal grate. I imagine.
A large metal grate.
Like
Is it in front of us?
Yeah, it's in front of
above?
you. It's in
Oh.
it's in front of you. It's kind of angled downwards a bit, but it's a grate that's clearly, it looks like it may have been meant to be drainage out into this section. And it doesn't look like it would necessarily be super useful to go down, because it seems to go pretty far down, and in the dark, even your elf eyes can't see necessarily the bottom of where this is going. If you look up, there's another grate up top that looks like maybe you could get through it there, but you'd have to make it through this big grate. Neither of you can really fit through it.
And there's no opening into it, right? There's no.
No, there's no opening at this point.
So the big grate at the bottom is like, okay. I take out another torch
Okay.
and I kind of like get my buddy here to hold out his torch so I can light it, and then
Okay.
I drop it into the hole to see how deep far it goes before it's like.
Yeah. I mean, it's not super far. It goes maybe 150 feet. So it's not super deep. Like, you can, now that the torch is down there, you can see the bottom. It's just pretty far. You know,
Yeah.
not something you'd want to fall from.
I don't suppose you're a special kind of human with wings, are you?
Not at this point right now. If I take a hard tumble, I might pass. So maybe down's not the best option.
Agreed.
Does this mean we have to turn back?
There's nothing ahead. There's a grate up top and a grate below, right?
So there's one grate in front of you. You gather that the smaller tunnels are maybe some just like drainage in like the streets, maybe that are like for runoff, so that way it doesn't build up too much. And then down below, you assume that must at some point run into either another body of water, or it's just at some point they dug a very large hole to deal with the like letting the runoff go away. And what looks like above you looks like another storm drain, essentially for a busy street to allow water to go and like directly down into it.
So
there
question
any-
number one:
Yep.
no ladders.
No.
Question number two.
Okay.
I know. I apologize that I've forgotten, but what is in a Dungeoneer's pack? Is there rope?
I have
That's a
heaven
good
rope
question.
if you need rope. I was thinking about like throwing it up and like climbing up. If we're big enough to fit or small enough to fit through the crate that's above or the grate.
You're definitely not small enough to fit through that grate, and the grate that's in front of you, probably you'd have a hard time getting through that as well. You could try breaking it to remove it out of your way.
Yeah, that's plan number one. I'm gonna take my axe out,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna start whacking at a seam. See if I can like bust something loose.
Okay. And you're just whacking it with the butt of your sword?
No, with the axe.
Okay. Yeah, you get you go ahead and roll me damage.
Damn.
And in fact, roll me go ahead and roll me 2 attacks as well.
Roll attack rolls or
Yep.
so one's a 10 plus. One's a 15 and the other one is a ouch. It's an 8. And then
Yeah.
I did 6 points of damage.
All right, you get a few strikes in, and it is making a little bit of progress.
But a lot of noise.
A lot of noise, and after you get to that second round, you take a short breather, and after you start striking again, you realize suddenly your axe is very much losing its edge, and it's at this point becoming much less useful.
I honestly don't care about
Yeah.
the edge of the axe.
That's fine.
Honestly. Like, I have a plan for it. It's kind of at this point. I mean, having used it on the hinges of the trapdoor, I'm not really going to use it in the
Right.
hand
You what I'm getting at is based on you beating on this thing so far. Maybe if it was a better quality axe, like the handle was metal, or you had a perfect aim, maybe you could get through. But you gather that this is going to break before your axe is going to break before you can get through the grate.
Well, I'll sheathe the axe. I'll throw the axe in a loop.
Okay.
And
You don't happen to have any dynamite in your Dungeoneer's pack, do you?
Do I have dynamite in my human Dungeoneer's pack? That apparently all humans have dynamite.
Right.
I sure
No,
wish
you
I
don't.
had dynamite.
No, you. So
I
to
have
be
the
clear,
other-
the things that are in your Dungeoneer's pack. Let me see.
Yeah.
It says a backpack, a crowbar, a hammer.
Oh,
Tin-
a crowbar.
Yep.
A crowbar.
I removed
Here,
the
I'm gonna
crowbar.
I'm gonna paste this over to you, so that you can read it easier.
Thank you.
A crowbar. Yeah, that'd have been.
Been handy.
I feel pretty stupid right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
I will remove the crowbar, and I will look at
Okay.
Finnear with a look that says, "I need an adult." And then I will place the crowbar within, and I'll say, "Could I get a hand with this?"
Okay. Yep. So Hunter, I'll let you assist on that.
Yes,
So
yes,
we'll
yes,
let you
yes.
roll. We'll let you roll a strength check with advantage.
Me as well, or just Hunter?
You roll. Hunter's assisting you. That's why you get advantage.
Okay. God damn it! I can't roll today. I got a 13.
Yeah, you
I'm
start
tired.
pulling at it, and yeah, just all the fatigue you've taken from the fight. You think maybe you could get it if you were in better shape. It doesn't seem to be working out so far. And you've slipped a couple times, and the crowbar's just banging all around. But at this point, you're having a hard time getting through. You could maybe keep at it, but it looks like it would take you a while to get
I
through.
look at Finnear and I say, "Finnear, lad, if you were to rate a person's strength where 10 is like the average, am I able to give it like one more shot, like just one more shot at this?"
I mean, you
I
can.
say I take out my rope, and I say, "Let me try something."
Okay.
And I tie it like around the crowbar, and then like I kind of like have it looping downwards, so like we can both like kind of pull at it and like have it like leverage almost, if that makes sense.
So say that again. You're trying to get.
So the crowbar is up there, kind of in between two of the metal, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
And then I have a rope around the crowbar that leads down that we can both kind of pull on with all our weight. So like both of us are pulling at the exact same time.
So you're trying to pull down with your weight. You're not like trying to brace against the wall or something like that. Because I'm just from a physics perspective, like that would give you probably more. But you can try it.
Is like, because we're trying to like wedge it up and then.
Yeah, we're trying to wedge it up. So like if we're
I would
pulling
love
from
to put my weight on it.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Same thing. We'll let you do it again.
Okay.
you got
God,
this.
give me strength.
Ugh.
I'm not using this damn dice tower.
Get rid of it.
Yeah. There we go. I crit.
Okay.
Nice.
Nat 20. There.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Well done.
Yep.
Finally.
So as you do pull, it looks like maybe some of the some of the areas it was attached have either slightly rusted, or maybe it was not properly, you know, placed in the stonework there.
Right.
But it does partially slip out, and with a little bit of work, it looks like you can remove the grate. Now the grate, to be clear, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
So if you lift it, you're not going to be able to carry it. You can try and like see if you can pop it out, and it'll fall in the hole. Is what'll
Oh
happen.
yeah, that's
Yes,
the goal.
That's the idea.
Okay.
And so do we pop it out and does it fall into the hole?
Yeah. Roll a quick dexterity check. Whoever's trying to push it in.
A dexterity check?
Yep.
I will look and do the, go ahead to Finveer.
Okay.
Oh, by all means. 20 total.
Yep.
I could
So you quickly lift it and just kind of move your hands, and it just falls straight down, and you hear it clang, 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 clang down to the bottom. Loud rattling noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as that happens, you hear like a little bit of a, like you feel like you hear like a hiss sound coming from down below, just very faint, but growing
Like
at this
that.
point.
I would like to say, boy, can I please have your rope?
I kind of like bundle up the rope and I say, "Here,
Thank
do
you.
what you want with it."
So I would like to tie the rope to the axe.
Okay,
In a way,
and
I don't know, hear that.
you do have rope in your pack too.
Do I? Okay, well then
Yeah.
I will use. I mean, we got rope.
Using my rope up. God,
Yeah.
guy doesn't even bring dynamite.
So
And-
now, I'm guessing in the classic, like, does the axe have a bit of a beard to it?
You're trying to see if you can get it up through there and have it wedge in.
Yeah, like as a makeshift grappling hook.
Yeah, you can do that. That's definitely going to be. So you're going to have to get it because it's not a huge. I mean, it's a sewer drain.
Oh, I know.
You're not meant
Oh, I
to
know.
slip and fall with your feet into it. Like
Oh,
so,
okay,
it's
so
fairly.
It's really not that.
It is
Wow.
possible. It is possible. It will be very difficult.
I look at the elf.
Yep. If he want him to throw it, it'll be a dexterity check trying to get it through there.
You think you can do it, lad?
I can
if we're
give it
only
a
hoping
shot.
this point, I don't really want to go back.
Yeah, I give it a shot. 12.
No, it turns out this this is a far more dexterous task, and you are way too tired. It goes up, it does hit the grate, but does not manage to gap it.
I just want to make it clear that I'm holding onto the rope on the far end of it, just to make sure that we don't lose the axe on the rope.
Yep. And as it clangs up, it starts to fall down into the pit. It's a 50-foot rope, so it makes part of the way down. It clangs against the wall. As it does, you hear the hissing grow louder and more abundant.
I quickly bring it back up so that I can give it another go.
Okay.
You know you have pythons in there.
Yeah.
Do I? No, I don't.
No.
I'm not in my kit.
And I mean, and to be clear, I mean the way it's shaped, if it's not clear, you have an opening like this that you're looking through, round opening. Yep. Then when you come in, the walls kind of slope like this, and it's up here.
Right.
So you guys threw it up, and you're trying to get it through here. If you do want to climb with pitons, you can do it.
Yeah, no.
You've only got 10 of them, and it is a long
I don't
fall.
have any of them, so.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think,
So as you guys are deliberating, the sound sounds to be growing more restless down below you.
I want to. I'm not trying to ask this out of character, but just using my basic wisdom, do I figure that it's very unlikely that we would be able to use this way to get out?
After
Or is
all
there-
this, it seems unlikely.
I look at
it's
Finley
beginning.
and I say,
Unless you try to go down, you could try and go down.
I don't know if that's a good idea. We're hearing a bunch of noises.
Okay.
Like I say, I think our best bet at this point is to back off a little bit and maybe try to get some rest. Not much, but just something,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys back down the tunnel a little bit.
I mean, I'm suggesting it. I'm open
Okay.
to deliberation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and-
I'm gonna kind of like sit down, get into a trance and meditate because I only have to
Okay,
do it for
well,
4 hours.
We're
I'll
not
say
here.
Well,
Yeah,
you
that's what I
said
was-
rest.
And
Might
a
as
little bit further down, there's
Oh.
hissing coming from the hole. I don't.
you humans.
the
are so
hissing.
indecisive.
The hissing, by the way, has stopped completely.
Oh, lovely.
Do you want to roll a? Do you want to? I mean, you don't. You feel like you hear something, but you can't tell what.
I want to hold the torch over the hole.
Okay. Yeah. As you do,
Yeah.
you don't see anything. But roll me a perception check.
We know how good I am at those.
Yeah.
Yup. Get a gnat, and we're all good. That's all.
Haha, 3.
I said get a gnat.
Now,
He
well,
did.
all
He did. He
that
got
one.
a. Yeah. I mean, Hunter, if you want to take a look, Finveer can take a look down the hole real quick.
Sure, he'll do it as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's another torch down there as well. So.
20 total.
Okay, then yeah, as you look down the hole, you listen and you hear like what sounds to be a skittering sound at this point, like a skittering and a dragging a little bit. You don't see anything. You see a few eyes start to glow at you from the dark. Something quickly darts out and snuffs out the torch that's down there, and then darts back into the shadows.
Oh,
You don't
fuck.
You don't quite see what it is, but you do see a couple other sets of eyes appear and start to be like the tunnel kind of, like the hole goes like off and it seems to open up this way, and the where you guys are is kind of a wall, and you do see a few eyes kind of approaching like towards the sides of the wall there.
So Finveer slowly backs off, turns around, and without saying anything, kind of like walks all the way towards where he came from. Like, yeah, we're not.
Lad, what? What's the matter?
This city's got issues.
Did you see something, or
I saw enough.
I'll start.
Okay.
Probably,
That's a good idea.
I'll
Yep.
trust his elf eyes.
Yep. So so you guys back off down that way, and then we'll cut back over to our other guys. But before we do that, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. And then we're gonna regroup here. So we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, everybody. We'll be right back, and we'll see how this turns out. All right.
Cool.
Yeah. Let me just cut my stream because I am tired. Be right back, guys.